Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to try and explain how objects move. The first thing I'm going to show you is this example here. So it's quite dull and quite boring to look at, but hopefully explain a little bit more about and help your understanding of X and Y. Okay, the first code I've got is when the green arrow is clicked, I want my dot, my little sprite here, to go to on the x-axis of 10 and on the y-axis of 20. Okay, the red line and the black line do represent our axes, and it's roughly in the middle. It's not quite. Scratch it. Let me put it completely centre. But there's the idea. Now, the idea is that I want my dot, if it was a character in a game, to move along. Now, I want the y-axis to remain the same, so I'm just going to try and find 20. So I want it to move along. Oh, it moves slightly. 20 all the way along here. Okay, so I don't want obviously my y-axis to change, but as you move your mouse across, you'll see that your x-axis continues to change. If you manage to keep it all in the same place, it's really tricky. Okay, but essentially the y-axis is going to remain the same, but the x-axis is the bit that we want to move. So by asking my right arrow to change the x-axis by 10, and it's a positive number, so my right arrow is going to go this way because that's our positive. So if I try and position that where I had, so I had 10x and move it slightly, try and get my cursor in the middle, which is really tricky. Okay, that'll do. So click my green arrow. So now when I press space, it moves by 10. So it's moved, Y has stayed the same, but X has become 20. Move it again. Y will have stayed the same as 20 in the centre of my dot there, but you'll notice my X has now moved to about 30. That is how objects move. So again, Y will have stayed the same around 20, but this time X has become 40 or 41. So that is travelling along the same axis for Y, but X is moving each time. I'm just going to pause because I want to show you how that works out in a game. Okay, so now I've got my game open now. So in a platform, my little lady here is going to travel. I'll keep along the same y-axis all the way along, and the x-axis is going to move. I've just got to press space to get everything in place. Hang on. Green click, press space to start. So she's in her starting position here, and there is my right and left. Obviously, if I want her to come back this way, this is a minus travel because I'm starting to move into the minus 10. So she now moves 10 to the right and 10 to the left, but she's staying on the same y-axis. The only axis I'm changing is my x-axis.